Hey guys, so as promised, I'm going to show you how I'm doing this binding on the 31-day journal. We're doing something a little bit different than we did last month. This is what it looks like. It's kind of a funky stitch that I made up, and it's an early peek at a technique that's in my book. And you'll notice half my pages are kind of white because I didn't ink the edges on those ones, because I kind of got lazy here halfway through, but I'll ink them later. So what you want to do is I'm using some like needlepoint thread. It's really thick, and I folded it over 3 times, so it's 3 times as thick. You can kind of see there. And then I tied a knot at one end here, and then I'm going to use a crochet hook, and this is just going to help me weave the thread through easily. So what you do is you kind of line up your book like this, and you're going to stick your crochet hook through all the pages. So I'm just going to open mine up, make sure I'm going through all of them. You can kind of see it going in and out here. And make sure you get the little pages in there. And some of my little pockets have their tags in there, so I'm kind of having a hard time getting it through. There we go. So just kind of double check and make sure you've got them all in. So see, I've got one that, oh, those are tags that are slipping out. So all my pages look like they're in. So I've got something like this. And now I'm just going to grab this end that has the knot, and I'm going to use my crochet hook to pull it through all those little holes. And that's just a little easy, quick tip there. Oh, and I actually threaded it through the wrong side. So the knot wants to go, you want the knot to go through the front, so I've got to do this all over again, kind of. Yeah, the reason I'm telling you to pull it through the front is so that that bulky knot ends up being in the back of your book instead of the front, because you don't want it to be the first thing noticed about your book. I kind of messed up a little bit on this one. Ah, come on, little string. Where'd you go? Alright, so I gotta redo mine now. My hand slipped a little bit. It's hard to hold this book up and have the camera right here. Alright, so one more go. There we go. And you're going to pull that through. And now, so this is the back of my book that's on the top that you're seeing right here. Now I'm going to open my book. I'm going to get a little bit of slack here. I'm going to open this side, and I'm going to tuck that thread underneath there like this, so I can tie a knot, a good size knot. Blake, stop whining. So I've got one loose knot there, and I'm going to tie it one more time. If I can just get my fingers to work here. Come on now. Alright. One more try at tying a darn knot. There we go. So double knot. And I'm going to leave this piece long, so just remember you got to leave that piece long at first. And I'm going to pull the string tight. So I'm pulling it tight here. And I'm going to flip it over now. And I'm just going to show you a couple times how to do this part, and then I'm going to move on, or I'm going to fast forward or something. So see, I've got this little string here. This string you want to go underneath there. So this is where your crochet hook is going to come in handy, because you're going to use it to pull that string through. And you want a pretty long piece of string. So there's the first one. You're going to do the same thing on the second page. And you'll notice that as you go further and further into this book, it gets a little tighter and tighter, so that's when you're really going to want to use this crochet hook. So now I'm using it to divide this page here. This is the next page over. So you can see that little string under there. Stick my finger in here. I'm going to grab that string and pull it through. And you're just going to keep on going just like that. So I've got another page up. You can kind of see how it's getting a tad bit tighter. It's going to keep getting tighter, and then once you get halfway through, it's going to be pretty tight. But you want it to be tight, so that's a good thing. So keep doing that and keep pulling tight after each thread, just like this. And next page over. Got my crochet hook under there. Gonna grab and pull it out. So see, you're going to keep getting that string threading. So keep on doing that, and I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it and then show you how to close it off at the end. Alright, so I'm going to try this one more time because I recorded this video last night and somehow this last half disappeared. So I just finished this and I can't show you how to tie it off because I already tied it off and that video disappeared, so I'm just going to explain it to you really quick. So remember in the beginning we had that tail left. All I did was when I was done weaving this long piece through all my pages, I just tied it to that tail at the very end. So see, mine's kind of loose, so I gotta tighten it. So you just tie it to there, put a little bit of glue on there, and then cut these strings off, and then you have that binding. See, mine's kind of loose in the back. So make sure you tighten all your strings between each little loop, and then you'll have this fun little binding. So there's my book, and then in just a little bit I will do another video of my book all finished. Thanks guys.